Yasmin Young, and I'm here at the Flying Bison in Buffalo, and we're going to take a little tour just to get you ready for Buffalo on Tap and educate you on the beer making process. Who knew? I don't know how beer is made, so that's what we're going to show you today. And this is Colin, and Colin, you're going to talk to us about some of the beer making process.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, well tell us what we need to know.
So the nitty gritty is beer is a malt beverage. It's malted barley we crack, add to hot water, let sit for an hour, so that turns it into sugars, so the yeast will eat. And then yeast will eat the sugars, give you alcohol and carbon dioxide. And
that's what we want, is the alcohol.
a little bit, yeah. So then you got a beer.
So you all do everything start to finish here.
We do.
Talk to me about the process. Like, where do you get, I know I've heard of hops, and, like, is there a special kind of yeast that you get from, some place in Idaho, or?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well, actually, all of our grain comes from Europe, either Germany or England, because we make a lot of German and British styles of beer.
Okay.
So going right to the source, really classic ingredients. Same with the hops. Yeah, really classical hops from, again, England, Germany.
What is a hop? Explain what a hop is.
A hop is a flower cone that grows on a 12-foot vine, really big vine. So it is the bitterness in beer that balances out the sweetness. Also, a lot of herbal, citrus, real big kind of floral flavors that come from it.
So here, do you all make like seasonal, like pumpkin, or maybe something for Valentine's Day, like some of those seasonal beers? Or
we do.
Niche beers.
Sure, a little less on the flavoring side, a little more on the traditional sort of style. So in the spring, what we're doing right now is a Helldiver, our pale ale. So again, a lot of hops, very floral, reminds you of springtime, a little lighter to help introduce warmer beer season. Then also we'll do one in the fall that's Oktoberfest style. So again, a little bit more traditional, but yeah, we'll do the seasonals, one for every season. Then we'll do kind of fun one-offs here as we see fit.
Okay, well there you have it. Who knew? I never knew what a hop was. I just knew it was used to make beer. So thank you, Colin.
Cheers, thank you.
So this is Vince, and you're going to tell us what some of these big machines are as far as the process goes in making beer.
We got a lot of stainless steel in here.
Right.
So what Colin's emptying out right now, that is the mash tun. That is where we take the sugar out of the grains and eventually transfer it over to the boiling kettle, which is kind of piping hot right now. We're boiling a batch of beer right now, and once we're done with that, there's a little blue machine to the right of the boiling kettle. That's the heat exchanger. Kind of cool down our hot liquid through there and then transfer it into one of our cone-shaped tanks. That's kind of to our left here.
And what's the length of the process for making beer? Like a good heavy beer. Is it longer for like a lighter? Yeah. I mean, for a heavier beer versus
stronger beers will take longer. Just to finish up, make sure the flavors taste okay.
Right.
Lighter beers, it depends. I mean, we don't make lager beers. Lager beers are a type of beer that takes a little bit long, about a month to ferment the beer. Our ale yeast, which is ales, account for most of our beers here, and it takes about 7 to 10 days to ferment, and maybe another week to process. So it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for a regular batch of beer, a little bit longer. Sometimes we had a few 9% beers. It took about 3 months for them to just age the way we wanted them to, so they weren't too.
So that's kind of fancy. I mean, normally you think of like wine aging, or
yeah, we actually have some barrels over there too that we are aging.
Beer ages too,
and one that we're fermenting, a brand new beer, and it's gonna be a sour beer for next year. We're just taking advantage of the barrel, and some of the oak flavors, just like a wine.
Well, where can people locally find Flying Bison outside of, I know you have the bar kind of out front, but in what type of stores can they find them? Anywhere?
We're at major chain stores like Wegmans, Tops, Consumers, Premier Gourmet, local craft shops, Village Beer Merchant, about 200 different bars, restaurants around town.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for showing us and kind of educating us, because we all drink beer, but who knew, a little bit more about the process. So thank you very much. The Flying Bison here in Buffalo, make sure you support, and they will be at Buffalo on Tap. So make sure that you're there this Friday and Saturday.
See you there.